Hello! Oh my gosh, welcome to episode 15 of the Productive Wellbeing Show. I don't know what day you're going to be watching this on. If you're live, say live. If you're tuning in on the replay, say replay. If you are tuning in today, happy Friday. I know there may not be a ton of things to be happy about, but I am super happy to be here today, to be joined by the amazing special guest, Ben Sturge. Hi, Ben.
Hi.
Now, Ben is an entrepreneur, a motivational speaker. He's also an ex-offender. And today he is going to help us understand the mindset that we need to get around the current situation that pretty much all of us are finding ourselves in. So today's session is really about the difference between locked up versus locked down, because it may feel like you're locked up and there's nothing that you can do about it, but the reality is we actually aren't, and there are so many more things that we can do. But it's not for me to share this information with you, it's for my amazing guest, Ben. So as I said, if you're joining live, say live. If you're joining on the replay, say replay. If you think that today's conversation would be relevant for a friend, then leave their name in the comments so that they can get a notification about it, or tag them, depending on whether you're watching this on Facebook, Instagram, or wherever. So those are all the notifications that you need for today. Ben, thank you so much for your time today. Give us a little couple of minute introduction to yourself.
Okay, so first of all, thanks for having me on here today. I am, as you very well put, an entrepreneur, serial entrepreneur, if you want to call it that. But fundamentally, before any of this, I spent a short period of time in a prison cell. So I'm quite familiar with isolation and being locked up and trying to mentally escape from the constraints that it brings. And I guess really, like everybody else, I'm feeling the same frustration you are, and hopefully I've got some tips that will help you free your mind and take advantage of this situation and give you an opportunity.
Amazing. So I'm just trying to get up so I can see you guys who are all joining. Hi, Alyssa on Facebook. Hi, Sarah Patterson. Hi, Jess Christensen. So amazing to have you guys here with us live today. So Ben is going to share his 4-step strategy. So I forgot to mention, he has started a brand new business this year. It's called Fail, Fail, Fail Success. And he has a 4-step strategy with this, and he's going to share this with us now to kind of give us the mindset tips that we all, I'm sure, well, I don't know about you, but I'm kind of needing to reset my head when it comes to what the heck is going on. So Ben, talk us through your model, your method, and how this can help us.
Okay, so fail, 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 success. The 4 steps they're designed to really help you achieve your own personal success, whatever that may be. And the first step in all of this really is to accept. Okay, so let's look at that. What does that look like? So to accept, despite your experiences this far, you're not a finished product, and you're never going to be. You need to accept that. You're just a tiny cog in a huge mechanism that is just impossible to understand. Much the same as once upon a time, I was just a prisoner in an environment. I didn't understand the mechanism there. I was just a tiny little cog. But understanding the importance of being the right little cog in the mechanism, okay? The way that you've been doing things so far, be honest with yourself, they're probably improvable. Accept that, okay? Every single fail and every single struggle that you'll go through is the biggest opportunity for you to refine, strengthen, and improve your competitive advantage. So step 1, accept.
Amazing. So basically that's like, you are where you are, be honest about it.
Absolutely. Just own it, take it, grab it with 2 hands. There's nothing you can do about it. Everybody's in the same situation. grab it. In this particular environment at the moment, we all want to go out, we all want to socialize and, you know, mix with friends. I think I've seen more people exercising in the streets than I did prior to the pandemic, which is interesting. But yeah, just accept the situation that we're in at the moment. Okay. And the next step is to strengthen. Okay. Step.
Oh no, I think we might have lost Ben. Can you guys who are watching, can you actually see him? Because for me, he's frozen. So hopefully you can. Okay, can you see us now? I just did a quick reset. Hopefully you can. Ah, Ben's gone. Oh my goodness. Wow. Tech. Friday. What a nightmare. Right. I'm going to kind of carry on, and hopefully Ben is going to come back to us when the internet comes back. But yeah, this is tech. This is interesting. This is crazy times right now. So he was on step 2 of his process, which was strengthen. And he is going to come back when he comes back, because I don't want to talk you through his process. It's his process. So on the fly, guys, I'm just going to make this up. So bear with me. Ben and I have had a number of chats about sort of this mindset between being locked up and locked down. And this is why I wanted to bring him on the show today, because I kind of have been seeing on social media, and maybe you have also, with people sort of saying, yeah, I feel like a prisoner in my own home. And so I was like, right, I'm going to get Ben on the show, because Ben actually knows what it's like to be a prisoner. So when we were talking, he was sort of explaining to me a little bit what prison life is like, right? So you're told when you need to get up, you're told when you need to eat, you're told what you need to eat, you're told when exercise time is, you're told when you can leave your cell, you're told when you can shower, you're told when you can go to bed. You are literally constantly controlled. And so for him, he was saying, like, we're not in this particular situation. We have the ability to do things. Now, amazing news, he is back. So give me a second, because I'm going to bring him in and bring him up to speed. I'm just going to... Hey, look there for a second, guys, that we've had an locked up and the lockdown, and how we actually have way more freedom than we truly believe, because you were on a timetable and a schedule that was way beyond your control. By the way, I didn't carry on through your model, because it's not my model, it's yours. So we were just generally talking about the concept, the mindset, and how to move forward. So let's continue with your model, and then sort of we'll carry on with this conversation about how we actually have way more freedom than maybe we believe we do. So we were on number 2, strength.
Okay, so sorry, I did drop out there for a second. I think there's problems with the internet, but hey, look, it's a really good example. We don't live in a perfect world. Things don't always go to plan. This is just a perfect example of that. I'll use my step number 1 to deal with that. I will accept the fact that I have no control over the internet and the connection. It's not a great advert for EE, admittedly, but we'll accept that for the time being. And step 2, let's work with that. Okay, so strengthen. Once you've trained your brain to accept instead of challenge, you unlock the strength within inside yourself. Okay. This is where you'll find huge increases in self-esteem, in motivation, and enable you to build further resilience going forward. What was once maybe a scary environment for you the world outside, the business potential around you, all the things that you saw as a daunting moment in your life just becomes this stomping ground for you with opportunity everywhere for the taking. And that's really, where the strength comes from. I don't know if it's probably fair to say that in current times, with everything that's going on, we're all drawing really, really deep upon that inner strength inside us. But it's worth mentioning that we're very resilient and we have a lot more strength than what we sometimes allow ourselves to believe. There was times in my life, as you can probably imagine, where I was really, really looking for strength. Different people found it in different routes. But ultimately, you've got the best source of strength you could ever need. And it's not in friends and family and advice and, self-help books and this kind of thing. You've already got it. It's inside yourself. You just need to tap into it and understand what it is.
Amazing. So step 2 really then is that through adversity, we will rise, and we will either rise or we'll stay where we are. And staying where we are isn't necessarily awesome. And when we say rise, it means changing our mindset, right?
Absolutely. Just follows on from the last bit that I put in about accepting, every struggle and every fail really is an opportunity to refine and be better. Amazing.
So step number 3 then?
Step number 3 is to prepare. Okay. So now you've got all this strength and you're raring to go. The opportunities everywhere, but you need preparation. Otherwise, it's like going shopping without a shopping list. You just come back with everything and you don't really have a plan to move forward with. So take a moment to reflect on your journey this far and the struggles and hurdles that you faced, and decide what is actually important to you. What do you want success to look like? Because it might have well changed from something that you once thought success was. Really be sure, that you're pursuing your own personal dreams within this, and the enthusiasm and the passion and the motivation will stay high. So think about it. What does success mean to you?
So is this sort of where we go into the planning stage of it then, and we start to dream of what could be, what's
Absolutely.
possible for us?
Yeah, sure. So, it's easy, isn't it, once you sort of feel a little bit more empowered to go for the low-hanging fruit and say, I'll have a go at that because I think I can manage that. The other stuff's probably a little bit too big for me. Drop that mindset. You've got the strength. You've got the acceptance. Go for the big goals. Go for the things that are going to make you happy for eternity, and go for the things that are going to leave an absolute legacy behind when the time comes that you're no longer here. Really go out there and set an example to everybody around you that you care about, that if you believe in yourself, you can achieve it.
Amazing. And step number 4 then is?
Step number 4 is the easy one, really. It's the last one. You've got a clear goal. You've got absolute determination and resilience. You've got the ability to accept and work through whatever life throws at you. Last step, 1 to complete, achieve and enjoy.
Amazing. So thank you for running us through that model. And what I think is so awesome is, just to give you a little bit of the background to Ben's story, which obviously is on social media and you can watch him sort of talk through it. But Ben started a business, one of his businesses. It wasn't his first business because he started them. He's been starting businesses all his life. He's a serial entrepreneur, right? Ben started a business from his prison cell. So when he actually left, he was running a business already. So Ben is proof of your circumstances can be absolutely awful. And let's just sort of come back to this for a minute, because this is what I was speaking about when you were in the frozen world. We're not locked up.
No, absolutely. I mean, our bodies are locked up, much as the same as mine was, when I was behind a prison door for 23 hours a day. But the mind mentally is still free. It's free to roam, it's free to learn, it's free to improve, and it's free to grow. You know, in actual fact, you know, the fail success stuff, I've made more progress with that whilst being in isolation around other day-to-day commitments, of course, than I've made, you know, over, you know, previous months. So it's all down to perspective and what you do with your time, really.
And the other thing is, like, just to come back to this, where people are finding themselves. So you were in, how big was your cell?
So we moved around a couple of times, so they changed slightly. But if you can imagine, probably the smallest box room in the tiniest house would probably be about twice the size of a prison cell. There's just about enough room for a bed, a toilet, and a chair.
So when we're saying we feel like we're locked up, but actually we're locked down, we've got way, way, way more freedom. We can decide when we want to get up. We can decide what we want to eat. Like, obviously within whatever you've got in your store cupboard, we can decide when we want to shower, when we want to exercise, where we want to exercise, where we want to work from. We might be in houses with family, with partners, with friends. So we actually have so much more than we realize, right?
Absolutely. I mean, look, you know, it's very easy. I've had a lot of people say to me, you know what it's like to be in isolation. Can you give me some advice? And the first thing I'm saying to them is, you're not really in isolation. You know, there's prisoners in cells all across the UK and probably around the world that are crying themselves to sleep with laughter at the thought of people panicking out here saying, I'm locked up, I can't go out, this is terrible. You know, look at us now, we're live streaming, we've got all this technology available to us, we're communicating. Most people have got smartphones nowadays, they can video call or telephone pretty much at any given point of the day or night. You know, we can go out for a walk and have a bit of exercise if we want to. We can still go to the shop with some groceries.
So give us a reality check, Ben. What are you saying to your friends that you're saying to us? Look around yourself.
Yeah, without sounding too hard, you know, drop your victim mentality. You know, you're not in as bad a situation as it could be. I appreciate, you know, there's a lot of fear. The pandemic, you know, it is claiming a lot of ill health and taking lives from some people. We're all afraid. Everybody's afraid, you know. Nobody wants to lose the people near and dear to them. We're all doing our absolute best to get through these times. But at the same time, you've got to remember that life isn't a dress rehearsal and you've got to grab it with two hands. We're going through a difficult time, but it's really up to you and your own mindset to take a difficult time and make it an opportunity. You know, take the lemons and make some lemonade.
We've been making a lot of lemonade around here this week, that's for sure.
Absolutely, you know, it's the only way, really. And once you train your brain to work in that way, you can face pretty much any environment that's, you know, in front of you. Abigail said, when I was in a prison cell, I set up a telecoms business. It was. I came out, I launched, I run the business for 7 years before having a global exit. It did well, actually. It did quite well. But the real value in that business for me was the ability to help people. And, you know, this comes back to the preparation, step 3. Whatever you decide you want to do with your life, try and make it something that counts. I mean, I'm hearing a lot at the moment of people being frustrated at the thoughts of footballers earning hundreds of thousands of pounds while the NHS is struggling and can't buy ventilators and masks. And all of a sudden, it's like, this is a real big reality check for everybody. Who are the real role models? Who are the real inspiration? And it's really about trying to position yourself to make your life count for your environment.
Amazing. So, Ben, before we go, where can we find out more about you? So
the failsuccess.com website is up and live. That'll be being updated, you know, over coming weeks and months, time permitting. There's various bits and pieces you can find online if you just have a Google around. Don't believe everything the media tells you. And by all means, if you want to add me on Twitter at Real Ben Sturge, or you can follow me on the social media through Fail Success.
And Ben has just started a brand new Instagram account. So if you're on the gram, give him a follow, because he shares and is continuing to share, because this is like the start of his new chapter, new journey, then you can follow along with this. So just before you go, give us one thing that we can do this weekend, because it's Friday, depending on when you're listening to this. Like, the weekend is coming up. What's one thing that we could do so that we don't hit Saturday and go, oh, we're still locked down?
Start with step one. Accept everything that's going on at the moment. Accept that you might not have been perfect in your approach to life this far, and start creating an itinerary of things you're going to do starting Monday morning.
Amazing. Oh, well, thank you so much for your time today. Thanks for bearing with us, guys, with the tech. Life is real. Everyone's on the internet. What can we say? But we made it work. We got through it. We accepted. We moved on, and we have delivered an awesome, insightful show. So if you're watching this on the replay, say replay. If you enjoyed it, got some tips, let me know. Any questions, you're welcome to DM me. And thank you so much to Ben for being our special Friday motivational, inspirational guest.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
And we will see you.
Have a great weekend.
We will see you guys again on Monday at 11 a.m. Have an awesome weekend.